There she comes.
Plus, I didn't know how to file them.
We got Martha.
Go for it. Don't make me laugh. Don't make me cry. Whatever you do.
Yeah. 24 years. Why don't we get the formal stuff out of the way first, okay?
It's a good idea.
Attention to orders. The Meritorious Service Medal is awarded to Master Sergeant Martha L. Gibson for meritorious service from 15 May 1981 to 29 July 2005. Master Sergeant Martha L. Gibson distinguished herself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States while assigned to the Multimedia Branch, 181st Communications Flight, 181st Mission Support Group, 181st Fighter Wing, Terre Haute International Airport, Terre Haute, Indiana, from 15 May 1981 to 29 July 2005. During this period, the professional skill, leadership, and ceaseless efforts of Sergeant Gibson contributed to the effectiveness and success of the 181st Flight Multimedia Branch. Sergeant Gibson was instrumental in the development of a unit-wide closed-circuit video system that enabled the 181st Fighter Wing to train its personnel more efficiently. Her expertise in the area of production documentation allowed units in the wing to see live pictures of errors and mistakes, enabling them to correct deficiencies rapidly during various operational readiness exercises. Sergeant Gibson's insight and experience led to several changes to the Racer Flyer. This improvement was noted and recognized, with her being selected as the Senior Non-Commissioned Officer of the Quarter in 1994. The singular distinctive accomplishments of Sergeant Gibson culminate a distinguished career in the service of her country and reflect credit upon herself, the Air National Guard, and the United States Air Force. Given under my hand, Jeffrey W. Hauser, Colonel, Indiana Air National Guard, Commander 181st Fighter Wing.
This is the certificate that goes along with that. Oh, let's save those and do this one. I can't remember all this, so I've got to read it. This is your Legion of Hoosier Heroines. Being known by these presents that Master Sergeant Martha L. Gibson is hereby and forevermore distinguished by appointment to the General Staff of the Legion of Hoosier Heroines, an organization designed to accept members of highest qualifications only. A member may be recognized by her heroic stature as a lady and by her support of the principles of military science and fidelity to good government, all in accordance with the fine traditions of the great state of Indiana. This is the one I think you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Certificate of Retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. To all who shall see these presents greeting, this is to certify that Master Sergeant Martha Lee Gibson, having served faithfully and honorably, was retired from the United States Air Force the 29th day of July, 2005. The Honorable Discharge from the Air National Guard, State of Indiana. The National Guard Bureau Certificate of Service, 24 years of service, and retiree. And I'm going to step out of here and let some other folks do some speaking. It's your turn now.
Yeah, we'll do a couple things first. Okay. Represent Martha with her female gold watch, her retirement watch. I even wound it and put the correct date on it so you wouldn't have to.
You're such a guy. You're such a great fellow.
I was trying to take care of you one more time.
You're so cool.
Here, you can have a box.
You know, you might stick that back and forth.
I have to say something. These cows over there were laughing when they said they ate in the carrier.
Well, it's kind of hard to keep a straight face. Why don't you hang on
And you've been waiting for this a long time.
please? Been waiting for this one.
The official shadow box of your retirement has all your little ribbons and patches and stuff. And I'd like to say thanks to Mark Catt. He does a wonderful job putting these things together, him and Sergeant Goldberg. So here you go, Martha. This is all yours.
Thank you. You're not going to read...
Oh, I'm sorry. It says Martha Lee Gibson, Mama Griswold. 24 years of service, 15 May 81 to 29 July 05. 181st Fighter Wing Communication Flights, Multimedia Service. There you go.
Thank you. See, you too could have this one day.
Martha, the floor is yours.
Well, excuse me while I whip this out. I do have a speech, actually, and I do have it written down. So, but it's not as long as it looks. A month ago, a number of us were in Alpena, and we had a chance to talk and get to know each other. But there was kind of a running theme that was one more, and for the most part, that meant shots of tequila. Thank you, Art. But it also made me ask myself, do I want to give it one more year? And I can't help but compare myself to Reggie Miller, because I've always seen myself as a tall black basketball player. But what a lot of people don't realize about Reggie is that he was born with a leg deformity, and he wore braces on his legs until he's 8 years old. And I'm sure that at that time in his life, nobody thought that he was going to grow up and make a career out of playing basketball. Well, I was the little girl that was so shy that I would hide in the closet when my relatives came to visit. True. And I don't think anybody thought at that time that I was going to grow up and spend 24 years in the military. So while Reggie's probably asking himself, what about one more year, just like I am? I may be wrong, but I don't think he's going to do it, and this is why. You know, he may have a good game every now and then, and sometimes a really great game, and this is going to be really hard for me to get through, but he's at a point in his life where he just can't run up and down the court with the young kids in a 7-game series anymore. And does not want to be that person that everybody likes and is an institution and nobody minds carrying the weight for, but the only time they let you in the game is when you're up by 30 and there's only 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So, like Reggie, I hope I'm leaving at the top of my game. Well, at least at the middle of my game. And I'm really glad that we had the opportunity, I had an opportunity to talk to a lot of you in Alpena, that people that, you know, I've known you and known you in passing, but never really had an opportunity to spend a lot of time talking to you, and I'm glad I had that opportunity. But there are some people I want to thank, and it's not as bad as it looks. I really don't want to be the person in the Academy Awards where, you know, they start the music and cut to commercial because the speech is too long. But there are some people that I want to thank. And first off, I would like to thank Colonel Smiley for recruiting me and for talking me into staying even though my buddy couldn't pass her physical because I had the option of not going in. And Colonel Bear for schlepping my luggage back from Lackland, which he's never let me hear the end of. And Gary, who was here earlier this morning, but he had to work. Gary for being my sidekick, and John for being my brother movie buff, even if his mother was a hamster and his father smelt of elderberries. And Nancy for being the other half of my brain, and Dean for teaching me how to shoot and to love the smell of gunpowder in the morning. And Pam for being my friend, even though her attempts to fix me up have been disastrous.
She knows I'm standing there, right?
She knows. And Mike for being my twin soul, and Wayne for taking me to Orlando and getting me on the Hulk, where I had a blast, and I got to beat the guys in the Men in Black game, and just being a real all-around good buddy. But more importantly, and this is going to be the really hard part, more importantly, I want to thank my mother. She wasn't entirely on board with the idea of me joining the Guard when I first joined. As a matter of fact, her exact words were, when you've realized you've made a mistake, don't come crying to me. But in her defense, I kind of have a tendency of making kind of rash, stupid decisions on a whim, and so since then, she's grown to like the idea, and she's watched my dogs and worried over me and prayed over me, and sung countless stripes on uniforms, even though she was tired and her hands hurt. And there's one other person that I want to thank who's here, if only in spirit, and that's my father. Everything that I know and I believe about this country and about being an American, I learned from my father, even if he is a Democrat. He just thought it was a disgrace and made that very clear. But it wasn't until I was standing in parade, graduating from basic training, saluting the flag, that I understood what it meant. So I want to thank my father for teaching me to love, honor, and serve my country. And I want to thank all of you for being a part of my life for the last 24 years. And if you don't keep in touch, I'm going to hunt you down and shoot you. Thank you. Well,
Have some cake, Martha.
have some cake, folks.
This is part of yours, so everybody chipped in, so it's all
Okay,
yours.
do you have something
And
to
take it home with you. Don't eat it all. Give it to the dog.
Did you get, oh no, Cleo said, did you get a picture of the cake?
Yes.
Okay, do you have something to cut the cake with?
We never.
No, you're just gonna put your hand in it.
I'm sorry, and I'm like,
How are you?
Okay, I probably should blow my nose before I do
Oh.
this on.
He's still clean, right? As long as you don't
She's up to date on me.
First go around, I don't get it.
Oh, yeah, hurry up.
That's how I felt this morning. That's how I felt now, Peter.
I did, right?
I saw the picture. Yeah, that's true. At least I wasn't passing out in a Mexican restaurant at 2 o'clock in the morning.
got me.
I'm not talking about Nancy. I'm talking about you.
I may not remember, but I was conscious. It looks like we got chocolate and vanilla here going, so.
Even better.
Definitely after I got back, it's like I came home and I didn't have enough
Not bad for government work. Okay, who wants white, who wants chocolate? And who wants a little bit of both?
Can I have that centerpiece, like, right now? I'm just kidding. Big white rose right there.
Yeah.